Problem 10 is asking me to find the amplitude, period, and phase shift of the function and graph it. My amplitude's the number out in front, so 2, we can usually say that amplitude's positive though. Period is 2 pi over b, so I substitute in b, which is my value in front of theta or x, which is 3. And my phase shift is whatever comes after x, which in this case is pi over 2, and that's actually going left pi over 2. Now to graph this, I find it helpful to create a input-output table. So I'm just going to pick some values for x or theta. I like to start with 0, so if I plug in 0, 3 times 0 is 0. 0 plus pi over 2 is pi over 2. The cosine of pi over 2 is the x value at 90 degrees, which is 0, and negative 2 times 0 is 0. So on my graph, I can put a dot at 0, 0. Next, I'm going to go through and I can do pi over 2. Pi over 2 times 3 is 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2 plus pi over 2 is 4 pi over 2, which is 2 pi. The cosine of 2 pi is the x value at 2 pi, which is 1. And multiply that by negative 2, and I get negative 2. So then I can start to see what my periodic motion is going to look like at this point. So I can start labeling my graph along the x-axis by pi over 2. And then I can start looking at my my periodic motion where I go down to negative 2, back up to my midline, up to, back down to my midline, always going up to my midline, down, down, back up to my midline for that periodic motion, and I get my graph.